Hey love, what is up? Thanks for joining me today. My name is Lauren if you didn't know, and today we are going over Danessa Myricks Freedom Palette. So if you're interested in this, just keep on watching. I've only done 2 looks with this palette so far. I plan to do a 3rd one when I record tomorrow, so hopefully that will be up soon as well. So I'll do 3 looks total with this eyeshadow palette, but I must say I am impressed thus far. So what is this? This is the Danessa Myricks Beauty Mini Pastel Dream Freedom Palette. This retails for $48 and it is a 6-shade multi-chrome all-over mini face palette featuring foil flake metallic shimmers and color-accurate soft mattes. What else you need to know? Inspired by the ethereal beauty of clouds, this portable palette contains a dreamy selection of pastel neutrals, rainbow multicolored chromes, and shimmering metallics. Magnetic, customizable, stackable, and collectible. It's ideal for creating standalone looks or enhancing your favorite Lightworks 6 Freedom palette creations. So this palette contains 6 shades: an Aqua Dream, a silky matte aquamarine, Pink Mirage, silky matte orchid pink, Moon Dust, a silky matte sienna brown, Galaxy Crush, mint green, multi-chrome sparkle with amethyst smoke shift, pink quartz, pastel fuchsia multi-chrome sparkle with light canary shift, and gilded dream, champagne gold sparkle with white gold shift. Let's just get into the eye looks I did, and then I'll meet you right back here for my final thoughts at the end. Eye look number 1, I take the shade Moon Dust on a blending brush and slap that all over the lid. This shade threw me all the way off. I was going for a more wearable neutral brown gold look, but this shade unfortunately pulls, as you can see, pink on me. So it forced me to change my entire plan and mind. I also take the shade Moon Dust on the lower lash line as well. I then take the shade Pixie Quartz on about 2/3 of the inner portion of the upper lid with a flat shader brush. And finally, I take the shade Gilded Dream on the inner portion of the lower lash line and inner corner. This shade was not ideal for this as it was extremely flaky and crumbly in comparison to the other 2 metallics, and there was a lot of fallout from it, but I cannot lie and say the shade is not pretty. And here's the final look. You may recognize it from my YSL Coral Clash video. If not, I linked it in the cards up above. Second eye look, I have concealer on my lid as my base, and I take the shade Aqua Dream on a shader brush to the inner portion of the upper lid and pack it on. I then take the shade Galaxy Crush and place that on the center of the lid, connecting it to the Aqua Dream shade and making sure the 2 shades are well blended together, and that's the look. Very simple and easy, but it has a high impact for sure. I would also like to mention the first eye look I did use a primer, and the second I did not, and both eye looks performed well, so the quality is good with this palette whether you want to use a primer or not. I must say I do really like my eye look today. Like this is primarily how I personally would probably wear this palette and use this palette. If you're afraid of pastels or like pops of color like this, don't be afraid to just put it on your like inner portion of your eyelid and have the pop just there and nothing else. Like I absolutely love this like muted out blocked color look that's going on right now. Yeah, that's primarily how I see myself using this palette. Like if I want a pop of color, like just like on the inner portion of my eyes and like color block it out, this eye look will be a go-to for this palette. I was very excited about this because Danessa Myricks, as you know, is a black owned brand, and Danessa Myricks herself is a very melanin enriched beauty. So I was expecting if she's gonna give us pastels, they gotta be pastels that work on dark skin, and this delivers. Like I didn't have to do anything to like alter or change this aquamarine color. Like this is as vibrant as it's showing up on camera, is as vibrant as it is in real life. Like this color definitely translates well to the eyes. I would say the only weird hiccup I had going on was this color right here. It doesn't pull brown on my skin tone. It pulls more pink. Yeah, I was expecting this to be more neutral, more brown, like an actual brown. I wanted that brown in this palette just to like blend out the other looks. But because this brown doesn't pull brown on my skin tone, it pulls more pink. I have to reach outside the palette for a brown, which is weird. Which is odd, but like, it's okay. It pulls more like a soft pink. Definitely not as vibrant as this purple in the middle, but it pulls more pink on my skin tone, which is disappointing because like I said, if I did want to go all out with the pastel look and stick solely in this palette, I was hoping I could do so with this brown in here to blend out these two other shades, but honestly, this just pulls pink on me. So that's probably the only disappointed. But these metallics are not disappointing. I highly recommend you do your eye makeup first. There was fallout, especially with this shade down here. I didn't notice as much fallout with these other two shades over here, Galaxy Crush and Pixie Quartz. These two shades, I didn't notice fallout with those two shades, but I noticed it with this one, which is called Gilded Dream, this bronzy coppery color. Like I had all the fallout just kind of falling down my face. But yeah, I like this. I've been avoiding her lightwork palettes that she's been releasing, the bigger ones that cost like over $100, because I realized I don't really reach for them. Yes, the foils and metallics in there are very stunning. The duochromes are extreme and crazy, and when I'm in that type of mood, I remember they exist, but it's rare I'm in that type of mood. So I'd much rather reach for a smaller curated palette like this over something big that has so many options in it, because I am a neutral girly at heart. I absolutely love neutral looks, so getting me to step outside my comfort zone, it has to be something small and curated like this, and this is the perfect balance for something like that. This is good. I'm glad this works. This is definitely a pastel palette that, you know, dark skinned girlies can use and abuse. So if you wanted like bright neon colors, but you know, didn't want to have to put down a white base first to get it to pop and show up how it shows in pan on your eyelids, this is a great option. I also want to say I didn't notice anything weird going on with my eye looks. No lifting up, no creasing, no like anything. I have no complaints with this Freedom palette. This was nice. This is a nice release. I know it's sold out at a lot of retailers, but I noticed Danessa Myricks has a tendency to restock very popular things. So if the demand was high enough, she might restock this, because I have seen her do that before in the past, restock stuff that sold out kind of quickly. Yeah, I like it. No complaints. No complaints at all. You did good, Danessa. Not that I expected anything less. But that's all from me today. Appreciate you hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me, have you tried Danessa Myricks' newest Freedom palette? How you feel about it in the comments down below. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. As you may have noticed, there was no unboxing of this palette, and that's because the way it was packaged was intense. It came in a large box, and in that box there was a bubble wrap, and in that bubble wrap there was more bubble wrap and another small box. That's when you open that box and there was a small sheet of styrofoam, and finally the palette, and inside the palette more plastic and styrofoam. With that much packaging for protection, I worry heavily about the portable claims that is marketed with this palette. I definitely don't travel with eyeshadow. It's extremely rare for me to do that. I usually leave eyeshadow palettes at home when I travel. I can't be bothered to do that extra step, and I much rather spend my time enjoying wherever I'm at. But I say all this to say, the magnet on it isn't the strongest. It pops apart with little to no effort, and you will definitely need to keep it in this black leather pouch to keep the palette together if you decide to travel with it.